everyone, welcome back to another episode. So, we are going to talk about VFX. Our first episode is Introduction to VFX. So, sir, what is VFX and how it has been developed over the years?
When we say VFX, right, there are just three letters, V, F and X. When you say that to someone, they may not understand what it is. So the basic meaning of VFX is visual effects. Visual means things that we see. Whatever we see are called visuals. And effects means something that's happening separately, right? For example, when you're making tea, you add sugar, right? You add water, you add the tea leaves. Now the amount are the controls. So when we talk about visual effects in real lives, the basic meaning of visual effects is illusion. Is to create something that is not possible to achieve generally. For example, if you want a fire in this room right now, you can create that, but there will be issues. The smoke alarm might go on, the sprinklers might turn on. But if we want to create that fire, at the same time, not during the time of the shoot. So what we will do, exactly like the shoot is going on right now, we'll take that shot. And after that, in the software, we can create the fire and then bring it to our scene. So that's the basic meaning of visual effect. Things that are not actually there, but we place them. Just for example, think about magic. What does a magician do? He creates illusions, right? So exactly, visual effects are also the same thing. We don't create them in real life, we create them in software. That's the difference.
Okay. So, what are the types of VFX which is used in industry today?
So when we talk about types of VFX, right? So there are many types. Now, we cannot exactly say what are the types, but there are categories. When we say VFX, like I just said, VFX means visual effects, things that are not there but are created. So when we come into the categories, there are various categories, like for example, rotoscopy. Now if I say this term to our audience is not going to understand that. For example, suppose like both of us are sitting here. Here's a background, here are some props. The entire shot that is being recorded in the camera, for example, if we want to separate this particular plant from it, so we have to draw an outline and only then we will be able to separate it. Separating anything from an entire visual is called masking. When we do that masking with animation, means, for example, this plant is still over here, right? It's not going to move.
Yeah.
But my hands are moving. So my hands are not still, right? So I have to create outlines according to my hands and they have to animate. If they do not animate, it's not going to work out. So that's rotoscopy. Now we come into keying. Keying means everyone has heard green screen, right? Green screen is used widely. India, outside India, abroad, everywhere. Everyone uses it. That is mostly used for changing backgrounds. Apart from that, there's another thing that is called compositing. In compositing, we merge different things together. Apart from this, there are more categories, but more and more you go in depth, then you're going to understand it properly.
So, what is the difference between VFX and CGI?
So like I said, VFX means visual effects. Can you tell me any visual effect from real life? All you have to know is that things that are not actually there, but we are seeing them. Some kind of an illusion. There are various things. Rainbow is there. It's caused due to the dispersion of light. Think. There are multiple things like that. It happens during summer.
Oasis.
Or what else? When it's extremely hot, right? During summer. It happens mostly in deserts. Far away, you will see what? Mirage.
Yeah.
You get to see water, right? But it's not there actually. So that's visual effect. Now that's in real life, right? Visual effects is clear, the meaning, right? Now when we talk about CGI, again VFX 3 letters, CGI again 3 letters. C means computer, G means generated, and I means imagery. Not image, imagery. Computer generated imagery. Things that are created inside the computer are called computer generated imagery. Now when we're talking about VFX, VFX means things that we were creating to create an illusion, right? But when we are talking about CGI, computer generated imagery, it can be anything that is being created in the computer. So for example, if you are creating a circle, maybe you are creating a shape, that is a CGI, but that is not a VFX.
Okay. So, can you name any iconic movies where VFX played an important role?
There are lots of movies. For example, I would like to go back to the past a little bit. In 1993, a movie released that changed the VFX industry in Hollywood. Have you heard of Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
The first film in the franchise. The VFX that was used in that movie is still extremely good compared to the VFX that has been created in today's time. So that's one of the movies that had the best VFX. Why? Because it used CGI, at the same time it used live action dinosaurs. When we talk about live action means, for example, there's a puppet, there's a robot that is present here during the shoot. So that's live action. And when we are going into CGI, that's different. CGI means we are working inside the computer. When we are doing live action, means things are happening during the shoot. So once for VFX, one can be Jurassic Park. After that, when we are talking about VFX, if we come a little in today's time, have you heard of War of the Worlds?
No.
Have you heard of Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
One of his movies, War of the Worlds, directed by Steven Spielberg. If you see that movie, it's based on a book by A.G. Wells. So if you see that movie, what happens is that it's kind of like basically an alien invasion. So when you think about alien invasion, what comes to your mind first? Spaceships.
Alien.
And if alien comes to our planet, right, what will they do? They will destroy it, right? Obviously, they will take it for themselves. They won't let humanity stay here. So same thing happened in that movie, but there are various movies for aliens, but that one's a bit different. And the VFX used in that film is extremely good compared to the time that it released. It was during 2000s. Then we can come into Avatar. Everybody has heard about Avatar. The second movie just came, right? So the first one was Avatar and the second one was, what was the full name? Do you remember?
No.
Avatar Way of Water. Way of Water. So the first film utilized CGI, used motion tracking. It used lots and lots of categories of VFX. And it's not just that, like you're using multiple VFX categories and you can create something good. In order to create something good, you have to plan things properly. If your plan is ready, if you have planned things properly, then you can execute them without any issues.